First, I'm going to introduce you to the sun, which is a basketball. I took the actual diameter of the sun and I divided it by how many inches in diameter this ball is to get how many miles each inch is. And then all I have to do is I have to divide the diameter of each planet by that number to get how many inches it is. Which also means I just had to take the distance from Mercury to the sun and divide it by that number. So the second planet in our solar system is Venus, and if I take the number that we got from dividing the actual sun's diameter and divide the distance from Venus to the sun, using that number, we will get about 64 feet and 6 and 5/8 of an inch from way over there to the sun. The diameter of Venus in this is about around 0.086 inches in diameter if you scale it down right. Okay, over there you can see the sun and then Venus, and then down here we have the Earth and the moon. Actually, the moon looks really tiny. You see, compared to Earth,
there's a piece of grass in the way. There you go.
So the moon, you see, it looks really tiny, and then the Earth is like 4 times the size. Well, the diameter of the Earth in this model is around 0.0915 inches. And then the moon's diameter in this model is about 0.02496 inches. And then the distance from the Earth to the moon is about 2 3/4 of an inch. And then Earth is about 90 feet and 2 3/4 of an inch away from the sun in this model. Okay, you can see way over there, there's the sun, which is actually really far away, because now we're in the hundreds of how many feet apart these are. So right now we have Mars now, the 4th planet, and it is about 136 feet and 9 5/8 of an inch away from our sun in this model. And then its diameter is around 0.04869 inches.
For it.
Okay, you can see way over there is the sun, and then down here we have Jupiter, which is almost 1,000 feet away from the sun right now. So it is actually about 466 feet and 3 5/8 inches away from our sun in this model right now. And then for the diameter of Jupiter, this beautifully painted Jupiter, we have 1.039 inches. That's around the diameter of Jupiter. Way over there is the sun, and now we are almost at 1,000 feet away from the sun. Because over here, Saturn is is about 853 feet and 7 inches away from our sun that is way over there. And then the diameter of Saturn over here is around 0.83667 inches.
Perfect.
It is about 1,762 feet and 6 5/8 of an inch. That is about the distance from here to the sun that I can see. That is very far away from the sun, and somehow it is still in orbit. I mean, you can barely even see the sun. It looks like a grain of sand from the earth. And then this has like a diameter of about 0.364 inches. You can't even see the sun anymore. And still, somehow, Neptune over here is still in orbit. And it is about, it's about 2,678 feet and 4 7/8 of an inch away from the sun, and the sun still can keep it in orbit, and it hasn't like fallen out because of asteroids or anything. And then on this scale model, the diameter is around 0.353 inches. So it's definitely like around the same size as Uranus. And then they're both in orbit, so that means that they must be going different speeds. But then this is still in orbit somehow, even when you couldn't even see the sun from this planet. If you were to be on this planet, you wouldn't be able to see the sun. There would just be light on one side of the planet and dark on the other side.
It would basically just look like a star off the stars.
Sky full of stars without any sun is what it would look like on Neptune, which is really weird to think about. Imagine if that was what it was like on Earth all the time. That'd be scary.
I'm pointed towards the sun.
So, all these planets are in a line towards the sun, and Pluto, obviously, is the last one that I have made. And sadly, it is smaller than the moon somehow. And there is no possible way you could see the sun from this point, but somehow this tiny planet is still in orbit. I mean, look. You can see how the power lines go all the way back there. That's about where the sun is. And then Pluto's way out here, and somehow it's still in orbit. And then the distance is about 3,564 feet and 9 5/8 of an inch away from our sun in this model. And then this is why it's smaller than the moon. It's like half the size of the moon. Its diameter is 0.017 inches. So it is definitely the smallest thing that we made.
So do you think that Pluto and Neptune have day and night, or is it just always night because it's so far away from the sun?
I think that Pluto and Neptune probably always have night.
Now, before this project, would you have come to that realization, or has this put it in perspective for you?
And I feel really bad for Pluto, because I know it's a planet, And most people don't think it's a planet.
Why do you know it's a planet?
Because it's in orbit, and it can't be a moon because it's not orbiting anything.
Except the sun.
It's basically the sun's moon, and the definition of a planet is some sort of giant rock that is orbiting the sun, and that is still a giant rock of ice orbiting the sun. And then stick the phone to where it's like just outside my door, and then stop the video.